Hello everyone, Jennifer DeClaire here, the bar exam mentor. And I'm not gonna lie, this morning I am a little bit flustered because I'm bringing to you a topic that, like, in my heart, I struggled to put it together to bring to you, because it's actually, it's personal. It's personal, but if I didn't teach this to you, then you would be disserved, right? And I have like a moral obligation to teach you the themes that I've seen that have held people back from becoming attorneys. That wasn't academic. It wasn't, anything in the realm of studying. Those things were symptoms of these three things that I'm about to talk to you about. So if you're tuning in live, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you support me. Let me know that you trust the fact that I come to you every week with very important, uplifting, and building topics that get you ready to pass your bar exam. And I'm not bringing this just for kicks and giggles, right? This is real life stuff, and it's so important. And so if you're here, let me know you're here. Let me know that you are listening. And I also would love to ask you to please tag somebody who needs to be here, somebody who maybe have struggling with the bar exam for a number of years. They have no explanation why they've been struggling with this bar exam. They still haven't been able to pass, and they're ready for the unvarnished truth, because I'm not going to pull any punches here. I'm going to tell you exactly what I have seen over the years. And it's not just because it has come up many times over, and I'm clicking to the group to make sure I can see everybody and you can see me. It's not because it has come up many times over, but it's also because I have seen it. Once it does come up and we resolve it, they pass. Okay, did I lose my voice there for a minute? Let me get a sip of water there. Please say hi if you're joining me live, and type replay if you're watching the replay. Once they've seen it, they pass. Like, once we resolve this issue that I see come up, they pass. And that's why it occurred to me, oh my goodness, this is what it's going to take to get people past the bar exam. So I'm glad you're here. I see that there are a huge number of people watching. Thank you. Please let me know you support me. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for inviting people in. Last night was a hard night because I put this together. Hey, Samantha. And my spirit was struggling with it. Resistance. I had resistance because it's like, oh my goodness, some people's feelings are going to be hurt. Hey, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but sometimes it takes somebody to give it to you straight so that you can actually know what it is already. Now, these things are kind of like off the wall a little bit, right? Hey, Brianna, it's been a while. Liz, you too. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see you all. Oh, now my heart is feeling filled. I'm going to tell you exactly what these three things are, number one. Then I'm going to tell you how you can resolve them, how you can start to resolve them. Some of you will be able to implement the solution that I give you on your own very easily. Some of you might need some extra help. It depends on how deep these things, these culprits that I'm going to show you, it depends on how deep it goes. I'm actually really like trying to control my voice here because I know that this can get emotional, but I want you to know that everything I'm saying is in love, and it's meant to help you to really get a hold of, like, get some real life answers to what's happening here, because I've truly seen and believed in my own life and in others that if you're there, you're smart, you're at the top of your game, you graduated from law school, you've always succeeded at things, there's no reason why you should have failed the bar exam, yet you're failing it repeatedly. There is a component to the whole picture that you may know about now, which is you. There's a part of you that knows you're not ready for this. It will kill you. You know how many lawyers don't live, choose to not live? It will drop you into alcoholism or some kind of drug addiction or whatever if you walk into this without being fully equipped. And therefore, I'm giving you what you need to know in order to at least be aware of what it is. And then I'm offering you a solution here, or you can scour the earth for another solution, that's up to you. But at least my duty, honestly, is complete once I let you know what these things are. So we're gonna dive in, okay? And I want you to take the minute to think about your own life and assess your own life. These things are hidden. Sometimes the mind has buried it for so long, or tricked you into thinking there's nothing wrong, or you've dealt with this so long and you've dealt with it well that you don't even realize that it's hamstringing you in the background. You don't realize it. And it takes a conversation with someone that you trust for them to help you connect the dots. Sometimes that's just what it takes. And so I have those conversations with people one-on-one all the time. But first I'm going to give you the education so that you can know what it is. If you're watching, say hi. Thank you so much for saying hi, everybody. I see you, Taylor, Caitlin, Steph. It's been so long, Stephanie. Thank you for showing up. Here's the first thing. I'm going to couch it in terms that you will recognize, and then I'm going to tell you what's behind it. The symptom appears to be, here's thing number one, the symptom appears to be life has always been a struggle. I always have to fight for everything I get. It's always been a struggle. Have you ever used those words? Right? Hey, Buggy, I'm so happy you're here. I'm missing you on LinkedIn too. Have you ever used the words life has always been a struggle? I've always had to struggle for everything I've gotten. Can you count on a list how many different things that you have struggled to obtain? Do things come easily to you? Or are you keeping a record of how, since the day you can remember, you've had to fight for things? Now, let me ask you another question, might be personal. Do you remember anyone in your household who speaks that way? Who says, life is hard, you got to work hard for what you get, it's a struggle? Okay. I'm waiting for your responses, right? We in this psychology area of bar exam prep, we focus on something called conditioning, how you got to be the way that you are. And then we look at the conditioning to determine whether or not it's working for you still, because conditioning can be changed. A lot of conditioning comes from society, school, church, movies, books, pop culture. We are taught what to expect from things from these public venues. But then some conditioning, majority of it, comes from your childhood home and also your peers at school. You'll also be conditioned by things that happen drastically in your life. Getting rejected from law school, your first breakup, your first marriage, your first divorce, the first time you get fired, maybe going through school and being picked on. All these events that are emotionally charged kind of lay you open and make you very impressionable, and then conditioning comes in. Aside from those kinds of events, you are most impressionable in your early life, 1 to 5, by your parents, and then in your later life, 5 to, I would say, end of middle school, high school, by your peers. Then you spend your college years trying to do your survival thing and meet all the expectations that were laid on you between the ages of 1 and 18. And then after those college years, you sometimes get to a point where now you want more, and all of you here want more, because let's be real, you don't need law school and a law degree to survive. So now you want more, and that's when all the conditioning that got laid on you from 1 to 18 might start to get in the way. And this is one of them. Life has been a struggle. People who hold that ideal, all right, I'm going to tell you, it might not be easy to swallow. You might say, she doesn't know what the F she's talking about. That's okay. I can handle it. Do what you do. Okay? But people who have had that ideal that life is a struggle, generally it traces back to the father figure. The father figure is the provider. The father figure is the one that's supposed to make sure everything is taken care of no matter what. I'm not saying that that's the rule. I'm saying that's what society has stated is the rule. And we get those undercurrents of messages from everywhere, even from the whole movements about supporting single mothers. Why? Because the father isn't there. That implies that the father was supposed to be sheltering, protecting, and providing. So if everything is a struggle, it leads to either one, maybe there was some chatter in the childhood household that dad wasn't living up to his manly expectations, or dad was not even there, and therefore there was no one to live up to those manly expectations, but you had that image imprinted on you because there's Father's Day activities at school, there's movies like what movie was that, The Pursuit of Happiness, there's like all those things. They spill that theme to you on a regular basis. You've been imprinted with it if you've turned on the TV at any point in your life, if you've gone to public mainstream school at any point in your life, even if you were a hermit and you were only just raised by your parents, they have conditioning that they pass on to you. So somewhere, somehow, we've picked up the idea of father. Here's the thing, if you're a believer in a higher power, you have automatically transferred your image of father to your higher power. God, universe, whatever it is that you see it as. And so now you have a double whammy, because it's not just your earthly father, it's whatever spirit father that you look up to as well. And therefore it's always a struggle. People who carry this theme might see it reflecting in, I pray, but my prayers are not answered. I always have to prove myself before I get what I really need. I'm always being tested, etc., etc. Now, you don't have enough time here to dive into whether or not those themes about your earthly father, or maybe you were taught in church that you have a father, God, that is there, but you're going to have to earn your way and walk on your knees through broken glass in order to get what you get in life. If you were taught that from any of the venues in your life, then that is the source of the whole life is a struggle thing. And that needs to be amended. That needs to be amended. Or else here's what's going to happen. Whenever you have a male figure that's a boss or a judge, you're going to react emotionally, not from a place of neutrality. Okay? Whenever you are dealing with authority figures or people who seem to have the power to give you what you want, like Board of Bar Examiners and others, you're not going to react from a place of neutrality. It's just going to be harder for you to maintain your center, and you're going to be jerked around, and a lot of it is going to be historical stuff and conditioning and nothing to do with what's presently going on. What's the problem with that? When you go into your future career, can you not see how that can be problematic? Yes or no? Type it in the comments. Can you not see how reacting that way to authority figures, reacting to them from historical stuff might not, pose a problem, right? Even if it's you approach your male boss or judge or even opposing counsel who's an older male, you approach them the way that you would approach your own father, or you don't know how to approach them because of your conditioning and you've never been introduced to the male figure that takes care of things and makes sure that all things are done, right? Yes. Thank you for your responses. It means so much to know that you're here with me and you're internalizing what I'm saying here. Okay, so do you want to know how to solve that male figure problem? That's just one of the problems. We got two more coming, right? We got two more coming. But if you want to know how to solve that male father figure problem, you don't have to deal with your earthly father, whether he's present or not. You don't have to deal with him, right? Thank you, Vivian, for your words. It touches my heart. Vivian says, thank you for all you do. You don't have to deal with your earthly father. I have a way that you can resolve this issue without exposing yourself to elements, right? And I know there are some people here who have already used that resource. If you've ever worked with your father figure through the programs or the things that I gave you, then just drop in the comments to let people know how effective it was for you if you feel comfortable, okay? But listen to the end. I'm going to tell you how to get a hold of the resources to work through that father figure thing with you. I don't know how many of you know, but I'm expecting. And so I'm not really as available for one-on-ones as I used to be. And so I went ahead, because I don't want to leave you without resources, went ahead and created a way that you can help yourself through the stuff that I do. I put it in a way that you can access it. And then I've also like made limited time available to kind of give you a boost to your help if you're getting stuck trying to solve it on your own. But I'm not going to leave you on your own without resources, okay? So if you're interested in knowing how I've put together packages that will help you to work on these yourself, then go ahead and listen to the end. And please let me know below. Please type in what's popping out at you. This is what I really want to know. And some people, they're just going to go through the comments. They're just going to go through the comments and they're going to just read the comments of what you typed. And they're not going to really listen to the video. So type in the chat box what I'm saying that's popping out at you so that other people can read the highlights, and maybe they'll say, oh goodness, I think I need to watch this video. I might be dealing with some of this stuff and it might actually help me, okay? Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Steph. Wood is so funny. I'm sorry. Okay. Moving on. Wood said what? Did you just say you're expecting like you drinking a sip of water? Yes, I did. Thank you. All right. The next thing, the next sign, the symptom, and remember, type in whatever's popping out at you, right? The next symptom to know of the second sign that you're just not ready to be an attorney. I hate saying it like that, but that's really just what it is, because if you are dealing with this, there is a good reason why you shouldn't be practicing law. Fix it first. It doesn't take that long. Fix it first. And then usually people who resolve these issues, their spirit is like, okay, great. We don't have to protect him from the practice of law anymore. We don't have to protect her from the practice of law anymore. Because if she went there like that, she would not be healthy anymore. Your spirit protects you, right? So when you resolve this, your spirit just like lets down its guards and say, you're welcome to walk through the door. And people pass. And they're like, I did less than I did before. It's because you solved the internal thing and now it was safe for you to move forward. So the second sign is, and you know, throw me a thumbs up or a like if you've dealt with this. The second sign is, I always have to be there for others. I'm the stalwart of the family. But strangely, no one is ever there for you. Have you experienced that? Is that your position in your family hierarchy? You're the go-to person? Can you look at the generation above and point to who the go-to person was there? And are you now that person, or you see yourself inheriting that role once that person is too old or unable to complete that role? Are you that person? If you are, there is a huge possibility, 95%, that this is what's holding you back from passing the bar. So what are some examples of ways that people depend on you that you've just been taking lightly and following through with, and not really understanding that that's exactly what's keeping you from passing the bar? Are you the designated go sit in the hospital person when somebody gets sick? Are you the designated go move in with her person or with him person whenever somebody's on hard times? Are you the designated, well, they're not licensed yet, but they can give legal advice, they can handle all these legal things? Are you the designated, hey, hurry up and pass your bar so that you can take care of all our legal work for free? Are you the designated advice giver? Now, up to now, you might have taken pride in those things, and there's nothing wrong with those things, but here's the reason why you are that person. And once you find out why it is, and then you kind of, you know, just like smooth it down, you can now have more control over how you do spend your time. Okay? You have, for some reason, an urge to fill in the mother role. Okay? You don't have to be a female to have that urge. Okay? Because the mother role is the person who nurtures, takes care of, uplifts, fixes, you know, and the mother role is the one that waters your seeds so that they can grow and sprout. So if you've ever felt responsible for other people's progress in life, right, you are trying to fill in this mother role. Either you're trying to fill in what you didn't get, or you're trying to hold yourself up to what you thought you got. Most of the time, when this issue exists, it's because it's something people did not get, right? And so they're trying to make up for it with the other people in their lives. So maybe your mother was present, but she was mentally ill and unable to really fulfill her role. Or maybe your mother left you. Maybe, you know, you were given up for adoption, so you never knew your actual birth mother, and your foster mother or adopted mother didn't really fill in the way that, you know, she needed to. A lot of us start going away when we start hearing about the mother role, but it's there, right? Even if your mother was there, but she worked like 40 hours in the morning and another 20 hours in the evening, so you never got mothered in that way, right? And you were maybe the designated go-to mother-er because you were the oldest sibling or you were the more responsible sibling. All of that is in there. Okay, why is that important? Because you need nurturing. You need support. You need somebody to water the soil for you to grow. But if you're always the giver and the taking carer, the nurturer, okay, then when do you get a chance to get helped? Okay. And so that also leads to there's a resistance to letting people help you. It goes together. When you're always the giver and the nurturer, for some reason people don't let it in. And some people recognize that about themselves and they've been working on it little by little. But I have a way to basically shortcut that by going straight into the deepest areas of your mind where all that conditioning is stored and working through it in that area. That's what my recorded meditations and visualizations are for. They lead you slowly back into that area so that you can rework it. Okay? Your memories are your memories. Your conditioning is your conditioning. Nobody, evil or good, put them there. It's just how you were raised. Either by the example of your parents, your friends' parents, or TV, or other venues. You were imprinted with this stuff. And you can change it. But you have to be able to get to that pliable place that you were in between the ages of 1 and 5, or when you experience your first divorce, or your parents' divorce. Those things make you very pliable and imprint you with a rule. That rule is holding you back now. So how many of y'all think, and I'm just going to ask for some thumbs ups, and nobody knows when you thumbs up, but you speaking to me and just making that small acknowledgement solidifies your commitment to changing it, and all it is a thumbs up. How many of you think the thumbs up is thumbs up for me if you believe you might need to work on your mother figure role a little bit there? And if you think so, just throw up a thumbs up. I nobody knows what you thumbs up for, okay? So let me see here. Samantha says, does the Mindset Bundle help with these issues? Yay, Samantha! You're on it. You're on it. And I'm going to tell you exactly which ones to go to inside the Mindset Bundle so that you can start working on it. So if you already have the Mindset Bundle, you are ahead of the curve. And if you already have the Mindset Bundle, I'm going to, remember I told you I'm short on like availability. Let's just be honest. This baby is taking my life force. So I am short on life to give. But for those who do get the Mindset Bundle, and therefore I know you're ahead of the curve, I will make time to give to you. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I got to get to the third thing. Are we ready for what the third thing is? Are we ready for what the third thing is? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I see some people here. They're ready. Okay, let's get to the third thing. Please, while you're watching, type in What's popping out at you? Lilith says, I'm the hub of the household. I'm also an extroverted feeler. So if the other members of the household are having issues, I feel it. I feel obligated to my daughter because when she was younger, let's see, so many issues in my household. Yeah. When there are so many issues intertwined like that, it's time to start peeling them away, right? And that's what I usually do with people one-on-one, but I'm not doing as much one-on-one. So in the mindset mentoring circle, usually something comes up this week, and it's like spirit knows something comes up, and that's the thing you needed to talk about. And so we help you kind of work through it within, that space of time. And then I send you to the resource that I prepared for you, and all those resources are in the mindset bundle. I send you to the resource that I prepared for you so you can continue the work on your own, maybe 5 days or so throughout the week. Honestly, it takes about 5 to 7 days to really get down to the bottom of that one issue, and then we can get to the next issue. And you don't have to worry about it if you don't know what the next issue is. Just come to the calls, our mentoring circle calls, and you're going to open your mouth, and I'm going to hear what the issue is, because that's just how it works. When you commit to changing so that you can reach the higher heights of your life, the stuff just comes out that needs to come out. It's like spirit knows. And then I will help you. Okay? So that's there for you, Lilith. Mwah. Let's see who we have here. Oh, there's so many comments. I can't keep up. Ooh, Samantha, you just had twins. My Lord. Okay, let's go on here. Third thing. Okay? The third thing that you need to really consider, do I ever think this way? Do I ever feel this way? Has this kind of come up in my life? Is this growing stronger in my life right now as I'm trying to pass the bar? I really want you to consider this third thing. Are we ready to listen? Give me that thumbs up. Give me that heart. Let me know you're ready to listen. You're ready to hear this. Please pop into the chat what it is that is popping out at you as I speak. This will help others who come behind you, okay? All right. So here's the thing, the symptom, the words you want to look out for this third sign that you're not ready to be an attorney, that your spirit is keeping you from that job, that career, until you get these things straightened out, okay? The third thing here is, sometimes I question whether I belong. I question whether I can actually make it. Maybe I'm not supposed to make it. Will I even be welcome in my seat at that table? Will there even be a seat for me at that table? Then you might have a voice that answers and says, they're not going to question you. You're the attorney. And then you have another voice that says, but no, I question myself. So if you doubt yourself, how can you imagine other people trusting you? So you swallow your expert opinion, because you do have expert opinions. You graduated from law school, you studied an area of law, you've been practicing it, you have opinions. You can go research and bolster your opinions, but instead you swallow it all, right? And then instead of imbuing your client with confidence, instead of imbuing the courtroom with confidence when you walk in, instead of imbuing your boss with confidence when you come in and sit down for that, conference with the new client or whomever, instead of all that, they feel your energy of questionable skills and lack of confidence. We push that vibe out. They can see it in your body language. They see it in your facial expression, your micro expressions, even the way you dress. You'd be surprised how your thoughts affect so many little things that create a whole picture and pushes that picture out to anybody who's looking. And then they go, I don't know about him. Is she the right attorney for my case? Or the boss looks and says, let's leave her out of the meeting because she does good work, but just her presence is really not, And your boss might not even know the words to peg what's exactly off, but he just knows that if you're present, prospective clients lose confidence. There is a way to fix that. There is a way to fix that. Okay. The lack of that confidence stems back to, I'm going to use my program terms here, okay? But it stems back to your ego versus higher self and which one you're in more than the other, okay? And so if you live in ego is survival based and it looks for everything that's wrong, and your law school training sharpened that skill to look for everything that's wrong. And if you live in your higher self, you operate from a different mindset angle. And I remember teaching this to somebody in our mentoring circle just this week, and she was like, I never looked at life that way. And I told her she's rather new. Those who are already in there have already caught on. And once you catch on to this new mindset angle, your life just smooths out. But she was like, I never looked at life that way. Oh my goodness, it's backwards. And it is backwards from what you were taught in school. But remember I told you that all the conditioning and stuff, and later on you have to decide whether you want to follow that conditioning. Now look at your people that are up there and succeeded, your Elon Musks, your Steve Jobs. First of all, there's a reason why a lot of people up there dropped out of school. You really don't need all that conditioning. Like, it's time to stop. But I'm not going to tell you to drop out of school. I'm just saying, watch out. All that stuff that's being imprinted on you in school will have to be undone or changed if you want to reach high heights. That conditioning is great for kind of middle of the road kind of goals, but if you're trying to be a lawyer, you're not middle of the road. So you will need to address the conditioning that was imprinted on you throughout your schooling years, okay? They were great for making sure that you are an upstanding member of society that does not get locked up in jail, does not get thrown into a mental asylum, and does not end up dead. But that's about the extent of its functionality for you. Once you start trying to get higher and do great things, you have to start picking apart that conditioning. And the people who've been able to get there, they either cut off that conditioning early and started exposing themselves only to what they knew would bring them higher, or they did the hard work of identifying and flipping the conditioning that they got in their younger years. Pick which road you take. But the fact is that the mindset angle that you need to take to be great, honestly, is different from what you've been taught. And there's nothing wrong with what you've been taught because it got you this far. It's just not getting you any further right about now. So is it okay to change it? Or at least examine it and decide if it's really helping you? And so this is what we help you do. We teach it to you. You get immersed in it, kind of like when you're learning Spanish and you go live in Mexico so that you really learn it really well. So that's what we do. We teach it to you. You get immersed in it. And then you start understanding those people that are out there making billions. That's when you start understanding how they think and how they got to where they got. You don't have to want to make billions, but at least you understand how you could if you wanted to, right? There's a different mindset angle. You just have to change your mindset angle. I say you just have to, like it's easy, but I've made it easy because I've put together the beginning steps for you that really start to get you working it out. And I put that together in our mindset bundle, right? I took the resources that I'm using every day with the people that are in our mentoring circle and in Beat the Bar, the private coaching group, the private coaching one-on-one. I took those resources, literally pulled them out, put them together into the bundle so that you would be able to have access to it, even when I'm like cozying up with my little new baby, right? And that you would be able to work on those things. And if you do hit a block or you just want to shortcut it and do it faster or whatever the case may be, right? I've thrown in their bonuses. Free membership into the mentoring circle for 30 days, but you got to be one of the first 10 to get it because we can't just let everybody in. We won't have time to coach everybody if we do that. And also, the other bonus is that you would get, if you purchase a mindset bundle, so I know that you're serious about doing the work, then I will let you have a mindset session one-on-one, which is one of those what we call surgical procedures. You go in, you get your surgery done, and then after that you use your mindset bundle and the group, the mentoring circle, as like your physical therapy and your antibiotics to keep the changes going. But that mindset session, I've gone ahead and for people who are serious about doing the work, so they grab their mindset bundle they're in. If you already have your mindset bundle, just send us a message so I can get you the coupon code to get a mindset session with me at less than 50% of the normal cost. Less than 50% of the normal cost, right? I can't do them for free, guys. I got to pay my bills. But if you need that surgical procedure, I will give that to you at a rate that's easily reachable, especially if your bar exam is in 2 weeks, right? Because we don't have time for this. 2 weeks, you have to get something done quickly, right? So that's what I lined up for you. Here's how you get started. Go to jenniferduclair.com/conquerors-mindset-bundle. That's it. I hope you spell conquerors correctly. jenniferduclair.com/conquerors-mindset-bundle. Ashley, if you're live with us, can you go ahead and pop the link into the comments? There's actually a special link for you to use to go there. Let me pull up that special link for you so that you don't end up in the wrong place. And once you use that special link, and I'm going to pop it in right here, right now for you, just go there, get your bundle, and then you're going to, all the steps that follow will be given to you so that you can get that help that you need. And I can give you that help in a way that's sustainable for me and my growing family, as well as will get you past the bar exam. Hopefully, this is what it takes. Okay, so the end goal, the one time, the 1 hour surgical procedure that you get with me is called a mindset session. You'll get an email invitation with your coupon code to that if you go through the steps ordering Conquerors Mindset Bundle. There's really not a lot to go around. We have to be judicious with how we pass that out. But what happens with that is, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing that's guaranteed, but 3/4 of the people who had that session with me have passed their bar exam. And this is how it works. They get in there, and we find the biggest thing, the thing that's holding you back 80%. Usually it's going to be one of those three things. The thing that's holding you back 80% of that energy. And we just pop that thing, like we just unleash all the stuff that's in it. And you see it and your mind is blown and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that was there. I didn't know how much it was affecting me, but you become aware within that hour. Then we go in and we start tweaking it. And we can only do so much in an hour. So then I give you the meditation to use daily on your own to continue the tweaking. Then after that, I usually recommend people to have a therapist that they will go to continue having, follow-up sessions about that thing so that they don't slide back. But now that we have the mentoring circle and it meets every week religiously, you can hop into there and get those weekly tweaks. Because you purchased the Conquerors Mindset Bundle, you already have a 30-day trial membership in the mentoring circle. So it actually all fits together perfectly. I did so much work to make sure that you would be taken care of when I go on maternity leave. So let me get this link for you because I'm getting distracted. So I don't know if Ashley's here. Ashley's not here. Okay. So all that being said, I'm going to pop the link in for you right here. You go on ahead and do what you have to do one way or another to get the help that you need. But I've done my work to show you what the 3 symptoms are. And these are the 3 common things that I've come across that when they're present, people don't pass. Once they resolve it, it's like they're free to do everything, conquer the world. And they end up passing the bar exam so much more easily than they ever thought possible because they're not fighting themselves anymore. And that's the whole point, because there's not a part of you anymore saying that, you don't deserve to pass or it's going to be unsafe to pass. That's really what the big deal is. That part of you says it's going to be unsafe to pass, and it's just truly protecting you. So here right now, yes, I found the right link for you. Okay, it's in the comments. Use it. Use this link that's in the comments, please, to be able to get all the stuff that I just told you about and to be able to get the help that you need, right? If you know you need that help, then go ahead and get that help by using this link to sign up. And I mean, my heart goes out to you and I send you blessings and hope. And I know that you can do this. You just need the right tools. And my mission, I was imbued with a mission to come into this space and give the mindset tools that come with bar exam passing. This thing has gone on long enough. We're going on 40 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and bid you farewell for the rest of the week. And we will see you next time. As a goodbye, please pop into the comments what was good about this session for you, what you got. If you're watching the replay, type in replay. And just go ahead and let me know what good came out of this session for you. Others will know, and they will know that this is something to definitely watch. And you know, those highlight reels and stuff, I'll let you know. Like, it's what keeps me going to keep producing this stuff day after day, regardless of how tired I am or how much life force this baby is siphoning from me. Right? So go ahead, use the links, use what you got. If you purchased the Mindset Bundle already and you were already in the group, the last step is to get your discount code for the emergency mindset session. If you haven't gotten an email with that yet, just send a message to Ashley here or email Nika, my right hand woman, the person who makes everything run the way it runs, and get that one-time use discount code for people who already have the Mindset Bundle. They're already in the trial membership, and therefore I know you will continue to be taken care of after the emergency mindset session, because I can't go opening up that stuff and then leaving you without any follow-up care and treatment. I won't do it. That's not ethical, right? So if I'm going to open up that stuff for you in the mindset session, we're going to help you button it up. One, between the meditation that you have recorded, and two, between weekly follow-ups in our mentoring circle or with your own therapist. But you have to have a post-operative care plan in place before I commit to doing that for you, because otherwise it's better just left undone, right? This is me being honest, truthful, forthright, everything. Okay, I'm not going to open it up for you if you don't have post-operative care in place. So get your Mindset Bundle or have your therapist on hand, but the 50% code will go to people who have the Mindset Bundles, right? So go ahead and do that, right? And for those of you who are wondering, this is so real. You're so welcome, Victoria. I'm glad that you got these nuggets, that these were good. All right, go ahead and click on that Mindset Bundle and follow the links. I'll talk to you guys next week is off. I'll talk to you guys the week after. All right. Good luck to you all who are taking your bar exam pretty soon. You can feel free to message me if you need any follow-up help, and I'm going to say goodbye for good. Bye now.